I'm good. I'm live. Three, two, one. Ladies and gentlemen, Saturday get paid per view. The U.S. versus China trade war will come to some sort of climatic top. The Newsbeat Live free open house is next week. How can you spend a week with us for free? We'll talk about that and what you can expect, our precise daily stock levels, our game plan in Forex, as well as our full stock analysis. I am Mark Melnick, and this is the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. So many great things to talk about today. News flow is continuing to slowly pour in. Whether it was a tweet, all of a sudden, my overnight sizes started increasing substantially as I start taking, $250,000 positions. And all of a sudden, they're looking decent. And all of a sudden, I'm taking a lot of overnights again. Is it a coincidence? It is not. How are you going to play the U.S.-China trade war? Everybody talks about it. Everybody knows about it. Everybody knows its effects. But is there a way to make a lot of money? I believe there is. I'm going to share with you exactly what I'm going to do. But first, I have two things. Number one, your screen is going to go temporarily black. Then, as you sit there and you meditate, you envision what the T3 Live Compliance Team's disclaimer might look like. Once that vision comes to a reality, you see this on your screen. You pause the video, and then you say, I will memorize this as if this were my holy grail. And only then will I then hit play on this video. Thank you so much for reading that. I appreciate it. So we have so many things to talk about here. Wow. So where do we start? Where do we start? Where do we start? Where do we start? We're going to go right into our agenda. Saturday, get paid per view. Well, Mark, there is no trading Saturday, so how do I make money? Well, President Trump, President Xi, Buenos Aires, dinner. What do you think they're going to have for dinner? You think they're going to have American cuisine, or you think they're going to have Chinese food? If it was my choice, I would go Chinese food because I just absolutely love Chinese food. There are going to be a myriad of names affected by this, including Apple. Now, what I was looking for in Apple is a lot of traders are like trying to get romantically involved right here. We saw the tweets coming out that, yeah, there might be more tariffs, there might be more tariffs, there might be this. Everything is going to blow up. Bull cocky. Bull doo-doo. Bull feces. Insert whatever word you like to call it. It is all made. Hashtag fake news. Now, while I do not have access to the meeting, nor am I a fly on the wall, pun intended, inside the meeting, I have a good feeling it's going to simmer down. All the tariffs are not going to just poof disappear, which would actually be amazing. Imagine they just sat there and said, well, look, you want to compete with us? You want to compete with the United States? How about we remove all these tariffs right now, and whoever does it better will get the business and will get the jobs. How about that? And China is going to be like, oh yeah? You guys have to pay between like $12 and $40 an hour depending on the job. We could pay our guys here 65 cents an hour. Sure, you're on, President Trump. Maybe that happens. Or maybe they just agree to tone down the actual tariffs that are there. Either way, one of two things are going to happen. You're going to see Chinese names explode, or you're going to see Chinese names plummet. Now, you might be looking and saying, well, Mark, you're playing two sides of the same coin. How do you make money? If the market is going to go up or down. Now you almost sound like a CNBC analyst who brings out, obviously, an absolutely zero value to any situation ever. Well, I'm here to bring you value. I'm not here to waste your time. Time is your and my most valuable asset. On Thursday, before the close, I don't know what the weather will be like near you, but between 3:30 p.m. and 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, this is how I'm going to capitalize on it. Now, I am going to buy. This is for option traders. Every 99% of what I do is for stock traders and option traders. This is one of those 1%. The reason why the reason why you have to have options is because I'm going to be buying Apple and buying Apple and shorting Apple. Well, Mark, I can't be long 1,000 shares of Apple and short 1,000 shares of Apple. How do you do this? Well, with options, you can. With options, I could buy next week's calls and next week's puts out of the money. And all I have to do is hope that Apple has like a $7 move next week and I'll make money. Now, you might be sitting there and saying, Mark, if you buy it on Thursday, you have 6 trading days, the Friday, and then next week's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, to make money on that idea. Do you really think, Mark, that Apple can move $7 in 6 days? And then I come and I say, what planet are you from? Have you seen Apple lately? Ladies and gentlemen, have you seen that we called the bottom in Apple on Monday? I don't even consider today an up move because it wasn't. But I think Apple's near bottom. So why not just buy the calls? Because I'm playing both sides of the same coin. And there's a way to do it. In the past 6 trading days, Apple put in a range of $20.44. 20 and a half points in Apple in the last 6 trading days. Mark, that was a fluke. How about the 6 trading days before that? In the 6 trading days before that, Apple put in a range of $206 at the high and $185, $184.99 at the lows. Apple put in a $21 range in those 6 days. So you're telling me, you really want to tell me that when I'm here talking about a $7 range in 6 days in Apple, that I fell off the rocker? That I'm crazy? That I'm too ambitious? Use a little statistical analysis. You would be shocked how far it brings you. Oh, you want to go the 6 days before that? Because I only use 2 as a sample size. All right, let's go 6 days before that. Right over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Apple put in a range from 222.36 to 198.17. Apple put in a $24 range in the prior 6 days. Notice something about Apple? The damn thing moves. And do you think for 1 second, when President Xi is sitting there with his, how do I imagine the Chinese premier? I imagine him smiling in a jolly mood with Johnny Walker Blue in his right hand. And he's sitting there and he's smiling and he's like, yo, look, this is how we're going to do this. Do I think Apple's going to have a big move? Yes. Apple doesn't need to. If Apple has a 20-point move, you are going to hit such a home run. If you have a 10-point move in Apple, you're going to do damn well. And what I'm doing is I don't care where Apple goes today. I don't care where Apple goes tomorrow. I don't even care what it does on Thursday. But what I'm going to do is I'll tell you the trade. I'm going to go 10 points across. What does that mean? Okay, explain. What do you mean 10 points across? Let's say Apple's at $190. It shoots up to Thursday. Maybe. I will buy $200 calls and $180 puts for next week. Excuse me. I'll buy $195 calls and $185 calls. The calls and puts will be $10 apart, as equidistant as possible. So let's say Apple's at 175 when I buy the calls and puts, and it doesn't have to be exact. If Apple calls are at 175, if Apple's at 175, what calls am I buying next week? The 180s. What puts am I buying next week? The 170s. Just go 5 up and 5 down from wherever Apple's trading. If Apple's at 177 and a half or even 177, you could round off a little. It's okay. Doesn't have to be exact. Just go basically 5 points up and 5 points down, and you are going to be good to be involved in what Mark Melnick should be involved in as an Apple strangle. Now, you might be sitting there and say, Mark, Apple is not a Chinese company. Why wouldn't you play an Alibaba? It's too easy. Alibaba, yes, Alibaba's going to move, but let's just call it what it is. Apple has been getting slammed. Apple has been getting slammed based on all this analysis. You want to know my real opinion? Even though I'm buying puts, I think Apple goes higher, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I think is going to happen in December when all the news flow starts coming back? I think you're going to look at Apple at these prices right now. You're going to be like, I could have bought Apple here at 174, 175. You're going to tell yourself that. And you're going to be like, oh, Christmas is coming, and every son of a gun and daughter of a gun and um, you know, whatever of a gun, is going to be buying an iPhone. Merry Christmas, here's the new iPhone. Merry Christmas, here's the new iPhone. When people are sitting there looking for Christmas gifts, how many Apple commercials are you going to see on television? Do you watch TV? You don't? Do you watch Hulu and they cut it out for an Apple commercial? People are going to buy the new Apple iPhone. People will buy the new Apple iPhone. And naturally, hanging out on a long-term algorithmic support, Apple should naturally have a big move. Now, if I'm wrong and Apple goes down, I have the puts. I'm just expecting volatility in the name. And why shouldn't I expect volatility in the name? Ladies and gentlemen, it is on November 1st, 1 month, for the month of, forget about even, people talk about October so much. How about for November 1st, Apple was at $222.36. Yesterday, Apple was at $170.26. Ladies and gentlemen, Apple dropped 50 over $52 in less than a month. Less than a month. In fact, momentarily, Microsoft was a more valuable company than Apple at one point this week. I don't know if a lot of people were talking about that, something I realized. Microsoft had a higher market cap than Apple. But 50-point drop in Apple. You're telling me that Lotto Apple calls are the craziest thing that one man could imagine? Now keep in mind, I wasn't the person bulling up Apple here on this big down move. We did call along in Apple here on November 14th when it was breaking through $188 and it jumped up to $195, 7 points in 2 days, and we made money on that. I don't really sit there and try to bottom fish these things. There is always a reason that I am buying something. And the reason in this case, besides for the geopolitical reasons I gave you, is the robots want to buy Apple. How's that? Robots want to buy Apple. You know what the black boxes and algos have in their eyes? They have hearts in their eyes. There's these big red hearts, and it's like the cartoon where like the old grumpy dog is walking around, ooh, and then he sees like the really like pretty female dog, and then all of a sudden he jumps in midair, his tongue goes out, and then he has hearts in his eyes, and they're jumping out like this, like bum 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 bum. That's how the algorithms are going to feel about Apple at these levels. Whatever does it for a robot will do it. The Apple is what does it for a robot this week. Now, granted, it's a very beaten up name. It's a buying opportunity more than anything. The puts are just an insurance policy. The truth is, I might even go heavier on the calls. Stay tuned. It's going to be big. It's going to be big. Newsbeat Live free open house. What can you expect? Here's the beautiful thing. Besides for a plethora and extreme increase of news flow dumping in through the portal, what you can expect next week is you can have a free week of the Newsbeat Live open house for our open house. Now, if you noticed, I put free in sort of this quotes because I value your time. I think spending time with us is not free, even if you don't need to, spend money. So we're going to have a free open house. We're going to show you what news flow is about. Do not miss next week. And every single week for our members, isn't it funny how news flow just pours in coincidentally when we have the Newsbeat open houses? You guys want to know why? It's because I get a call from the person running T3 Live, and he's like, when do you want to do your open house? And you know what I do? I sit there and I pull up my little calendar and I'm like, historically, where does news flow increase the best? Yeah, during this week. This is the week I want. We were actually supposed to have the Newsbeat Live open house this week, and I delayed it for next week because I know what December brings. It's going to be a plethora of news flow. Today, news flow wise, not a lot, but there was something. General Motors. Trump came out and tweeted. Now, most people are like, oh, he came out and tweeted, or, oh, what is he saying this time? Or many people, oh, I don't care, or I do care. You're approaching it wrong. The president tweets, you're supposed to make money. Does that surprise you as a day trader? So, what we did here on GM, and I'm going to bring up the 1 minute chart, is we saw the General Motors plummet here. It bounced up and it started digesting. And right over here, when it was breaking 74 cents, we went ahead and slapped in the puts. You weren't down money for 1 second during this entire trade. The stock collapsed upon it. It imploded upon itself like a dying star. And those puts more than doubled in value. In fact, they more than doubled in value in about 20 minutes. Imagine making double your 100% of your money in 20 minutes. You bet $1,000 on the play, you made $1,000. You bet 5,000, you made 5,000. You bet $200, you made $200. And most of the room were actually just shorting shares, scalping the crap out of it. What were we focusing in on the morning? It didn't make my game plan, but this was my number one focus this morning. Letter X, one and done strategy. I, sheepishly going to admit, missed this play, but the majority of you caught it. What is a one and done short strategy? There's videos all over. I'll share them with you. Just look up the one and done strategy. It's all over the internet now. It's a methodology we invented here where you short through the first 1 minute bar. It's simple, but you have to do it on a name that we focus on based on news. Letter X got downgraded at Longbow today. That's why we're applying it to this name. You could have shorted right here through 2461, and in 6 minutes, letter X dropped $1. Now you might say, it's $1. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't Amazon dropping $1. This isn't Netflix dropping $1. What do you think those letter X puts did when you bought them when the stock broke 2461, when you bought it through those puts, or if you shorted shares? If you bought puts, those puts, you're ready? You're ready? Drum roll, drum roll. You could have made over 600% in 21 minutes. 600% of your money in 21 minutes. You want to know how you want to know the problem with most rooms out there? You know, some of these traders are managing $1 and $2 million accounts. So the problem is when you trade common stock, you can't really make a lot of money. Like even if you have a $250,000 account, which is, for some is a lot. Again, I'm not counting anyone's chips here, but it's not that much money when it comes to the day trading world, at least. And $250,000, like, what are you going to do with a letter X with $250,000? What are you going to do? Are you going to risk 25% of your entire account? Are you going to risk 25% of your entire account and short 3,000 shares? Is that what you're going to do? It's easier to make money with less money using options. Once you get the discipline down, and once you understand it, and once it clicks in and you're acclimated to it, there's no better way to trade in the world. There's no better way to trade in the world. These are the types of ideas that I want to bring to you daily. These are the ideas that we brought to you Two of the ideas that we brought to you today, I will sheepishly admit I missed it. I had even a losing trade today on save. Nice bull flag, tried it, fell, I was out. I don't make money 100% of the time, but when it comes to track record, I'll probably be the most consistent trader you'll ever meet in your entire life. But here's the beautiful thing about the room. It's not about me. See, that's the funniest thing. There are people in the room trading other things. So, for example, yesterday, what if I told you yesterday we gave you the top of the market today in the Qs? Would you believe me? Would you believe me right now if I said I gave you the top of the triple Qs yesterday, or I gave you the dead bottom of Apple today, yesterday's Newsbeat show? Would you believe me? Would you believe me? Yesterday on the Newsbeat Live levels, we gave you $163.74 as the top of the triple Qs. And stay tuned because we have tomorrow's levels. Top of the Qs, 163.85. We were off by 11 cents. 11 cents. 11 cents on the triple Qs. Does your technical analysis allow you to do that? This is a trendline methodology we invented to take advantage of algorithms and black boxes. Yeah, it sounds complex. It's a little more complex than using simple candlesticks. I get it. Everyone wants things that are easy. Most things that are easy are not worth fighting for. Most things that are worth fighting for take time and effort to get there. We gave you the top of the Qs yesterday. There are traders in the room today who are shorting the Qs and spiders and various other names. You could have shorted anything when the market topped out there today. Anything. And there are traders in the room sharing these ideas. Did I short at the dead top today? Nope. But that's the beautiful thing. What we have created here and what you're going to experience in the Newsbeat Live Open House is not just me. More importantly, you're going to experience us. And when you ban the most consistent traders that I have seen on the planet, I mean, again, I've been a broadcaster for a long time, 11 plus years. I've been broadcasting for 11 years and trading for 19 years. You know, we have traders who create a consistency tracker. We have a member of our room. So you see who's on fire. You can see who's making the good calls in the room. You could see who's on a streak. You could take advantage when they share their trades. Do you get that where you are now? Forget about me. Forget about me. Take me out of the equation. The Newsbeat Live room is worth it. I would pay if there was no sound in the room whatsoever. I would pay for the subscription. Am I biased? Yeah, hell yeah, I'm biased. But there's a reason why we grow at the rate we do. There's a reason why we have the highest retention rate out there. There's a reason why. It's not because people like my face. Believe me. Believe me, I had to get my wife very, very drunk before I proposed to her. I was like, I'm not taking any chances here. It's not my sexy voice either. Not that either. It's the fact that traders can be around consistent traders, consistent scalpers, consistent intraday traders, consistent swing traders, consistent overnight traders. What did I do today? Oh, I loaded the effing boat in PCG overnight. I loaded the effing boat in PCG overnight. I took shares. Stock's up 28 cents now. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. My P&L is going to be very happy tomorrow with that. How about some other trades? You notice that all our overnights in the past week have been working magically? How about when we took the NVIDIA long the other week? When we took the Facebook long the other week? When we took the Netflix long the other week? Yes, we were buying when the market was bottoming out. How much value is that to you? Maybe you're not a scalper. That's fine. Maybe you're just an intraday trader. Maybe you're a swing trader. Maybe you want it more relaxed. One of the things and one of the keys that I want to reiterate, and I know sometimes it's hard because I'm the dude with the microphone, is there are so many traders here who individually are worth 100 times the subscription cost to the Newsbeat live room. Next week, you, ladies and gentlemen, can have it for free. I say free because you have to spend your time. And for spending your time with the Newsbeat Live community, I will do everything to show you our value. Anything that's humanly possible to show you the value you're going to get. Now, yes, with any service and room, it takes getting acclimated to. You're going to see people posting. You're like, should I follow that guy? Should I follow that gal? You know how many traders in our room are making millions and millions and millions and millions and tens of millions, some of them a year? Do you realize how many people in our room are wildly successful traders sharing their ideas with you in a real time forum? Like, this is not BS. This is not me telling you to short, a dollar stock, a $2 name and make money off it and then flaunt it. This is not BS. This is not me showing you that you need to double down and triple down and quadruple down and try to blow up your account. This is a room of consistent traders who fight for consistency, who share their consistency, and will do anything humanly possible to help you succeed. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a puzzle piece in the large jigsaw that makes the Newsbeat Live community. Now, we also gave you, just real quick, and then I'm going to share the levels. We gave you Apple yesterday. We gave you support at 170, 102. Would you believe me if I told you Apple's day low today was 170.88? Yes, the same levels we gave you last night that's recorded all over the internet, the interwebs, all over. That's what we gave you. Is anyone bringing you that value out there? Is anybody calling the bottom of an apple? How often do you hear me say that? You think I'm flaunting it? I didn't buy Apple today. I didn't short the cues at the top. A lot of people in the room did. A lot of people in the room watch these things. There's so many ways to make money in the market. There's so many people who are consistently making money in the market. Why aren't you part of the largest, fastest growing trading room in the nation? Game plan in Forex. Oh, you wanted tomorrow's levels of where I think these stocks could top or bottom out. You wanted them tonight. Do not tattoo this on anybody's face, including your own. These levels change every single day, 5 days a week. 5 days a week, they change. They update. These are the levels. They don't always hit, but when they do, there is a very good chance that your stock is at or near a top or bottom. Okay? Like us giving you 170, 102 in Apple yesterday was 24 cents off the day lows. Like us giving you the Qs yesterday at 163.74. The high today, 163.85, was 11 cents away. Is anybody else giving you that? Take a picture with your phone, take a screenshot, write it down on a napkin that you cleaned your face off with after dinner and hope that the grease doesn't blot out your ink stains. Write it down. These are my levels for tomorrow. And did I take any Forex trades? Did I put any new Forex orders today? I did. And one of them is actually a filled order right over there. All right, so it might be a little hard to see. The top one is the U.S. Mexican peso trade that I opened up yesterday. I bought it, so that's filled. So that's not a new order. The only new order is right over here. It's a sell order. It's highlighted in blue because I left-clicked it on MT4 before I hit print screen. Sorry about that if it's hard to read. But right over there, you got a sell limit. Aussie New Zealand dollar. Right over there is where I'm looking to short it. This is where I'm going to get hopefully filled if I'm wrong and I get stopped out. And this is where I'm hopefully going to get filled if I'm right and I hit my take profit level. This is a live screenshot from my open position and order window. Of course, I'm long US Mexican peso right now. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, do I have a game plan name for tomorrow? Oh, yeah, but warning, I'm a little biased. I'm talking about PCG long through, you're ready for this one, on the hourly chart. Look at 27.14 because we could get to 28.72 tomorrow in PCG. I know that sounds psychotic. I know that sounds nuts. I know that sounds weird, I think PCG can explode. I think this is a very beaten up name. I know it's a bear flag digestive pattern. I see the elevation of volume today through the exponential 8, how it just fought through there and held beautifully. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. So far it is it's up 28 cents after hours right now, which is nice. It's over 1% move after hours right now for a PCG. If Apple's up $2 after hours, you'd probably be thrilled, right? If Amazon was up, 15 points after hours, which Amazon is actually up about 10 and a half points after hours, you'd be thrilled. Same reason why I'm thrilled in PCG. And I think we could potentially head higher, so that's what I'm watching. Cyber Monday. Well, it's very nice that all of you guys piled into our Cyber Monday and Cyber Tuesday deals at T3, that you literally crashed T3's entire email server. You literally crashed the server. You literally crashed the server. So what T3 did was we're creating a new thing. Instead of Cyber Mondays, it's T3 Tuesdays. This is a new thing. T3 Tuesdays. T3 Tuesdays. Go to www.t3live.com/cyber. You get 1 month of my room, 90% off. 90% off to experience it. Not only that, you also get next week for free, whether you sign up for this service or not, because you're a trader who doesn't want to propel his or her trading to the next level. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going into our full stock analysis. So every night, 5 days a week, I discuss your stocks, your names, give you my thoughts behind them. And of course, the only way I could see your names is if you are inside the Newsbeat live room. So that is indeed for Newsbeat live members only. There's a reason why tortoises and rare hamsters believe that the Newsbeat live room is the largest, fastest growing trading room in the nation. Happy trading, make money. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the Newsbeat Live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.